Are you up for a different kind of bead weaving today? This is what I've come up with, and although I will say it's easy, it does take a bit of undivided attention. So this is what we're going to make today, and it's going to become a necklace. And these beads are a little bit larger than your typical 6/0s, and definitely not seed beads. And the beads that we're going to work with today are a little bit different because the size, I don't know if you can see this, is 2/0 check glass beads. The key to this design is using the same exact size beads. They can be different colors, and they can be a different size than the 2/0, but the beads you're working with need to all be the same size. And I've got this mix of green. This is called a teal mix. This is an old mix I have. It's from Beader's Paradise. They're check glass beads, 2/0, and then I have a white mix. White and kind of a frosted white and clear. I'm not sure how many beads it's going to take yet. I can let you know at the end of the video. I'm also going to be using my tying station. I'm not sponsored, but this is a bead-along tying station. I've shown it to you before for my bead weaving bracelets. We can secure our wire here to get started. And if you don't have one of these, don't worry. You could always take a clipboard and you could take some tape and tape it down to a clipboard. So don't feel that you can't do this project if you don't have this tying station. It helps a lot, but you can get by with a clipboard. You'll need some beading wire. This is 49 strand. It's 0.018. We're not necessarily going to go all the way around the neck with these beads. We just want a nice amount for the front of the necklace, and we might finish it off a different way. So for the beading wire, I think I'll cut off 3 strands of 24 inches. I know that sounds like a lot, but we want the necklace to be at least 18, and we're going to be braiding it. So 12 and 12. Three pieces, 24 inches long, each piece. Let's bring 3 of the ends together. This one cut a little bit rough, so I'm going to cut it again. Bring the 3 ends together even. Because I'm not sure how I want to finish the necklace, I'm going to just tape it, because I can always cut some of this off. And then on the tying station, I'm just going to place that right here. Add the little, kind of pulling it in towards the center, add the little plastic part, the washer, and the wing nut, I guess. Tighten it down and make sure that doesn't pull out easily, or secure it to a clipboard with some tape. I've got my 3 strands. We have our beads. 2 things before we start. I decided to move this to the left side of the wing nut. I've also allowed about 5 inches of wire to go around the neckline. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. And I've got a piece of tape here, and I'm going to tape this wire down right here. So that's just clear tape, so it doesn't move around very much on me. We have our 3 wires. I'm going to slip on 1 bead, all 3 wires through 1 bead, and then just separate these into your 3 strands, left, center, and right. We're going to go ahead and thread on some beads. I'm taking the center wire, and I'm going to alternate this frosted bead with the clear bead. Frosted, clear, frosted. And I'm just going to continue that until I have quite a few beads on here. I'm not sure how many I'm going for, but I'm going to add quite a few. Let's see how many I have here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Let's add a few more. Again, alternating the frosted and the clear. Let's stop at 30. And add a clip to make sure your beads can't fall off. You don't want to lose your beads. So 30 on there. This is my center strand. For the left strand, I'm going to alternate. I don't have a lot of frosted, but I'm going to put some of the clear green and then a frosted every so often. And I have about, let's see, 2, 4. I have 24 on there so far. And I do have some more, I just don't have them pulled out, so adding a clip. And this side, I think I'll just go with maybe 3 green and then a frosted and 3 green and a clear. Just kind of making 3 different patterns. Okay, that's enough to get us started. Like I said, I have a few more beads. I just don't have them all pulled out. Just going to put a clip on here. Make sure the beads don't fall off. Pull your beads back a little bit. Again, the clear, starting out anyway, the clear is the center. It's going to change. The center bead color is going to change all the time. This is where it takes a little bit of concentration. I decided to move my tape to the center to my mat. I think you'll be able to see the beads better. Starting out, we have 3 strands. We have this strand with this bead mix, the center with this, and the right strand is a combination of both. However, we're going to be braiding these. This is not going to stay the same in the center. Okay, pull the beads back, except for 1 bead on the left side. Push 1 bead up and then fold over to the center. Just 1 bead. On the right, push 1 bead up and then fold over to the center. On the left, push 1 bead up. See, they all want to go. Fold over to the center. A pattern will emerge eventually. On the right, push 1 bead up, fold over to the center. The wire is supposed to be in between. From the left, push 1 bead up, fold over to the center. On the far right, 1 bead goes up and then bring it to the center. Just 1 bead goes up. On the left side, 1 bead goes up, bring it to the center. On the right, 1 bead goes up, fold over to the center. Starting to see what's happening here. I can't bring this up to the camera, so I'll have to just zoom in. On the far left, 1 bead goes up, bring the rest to the center. On the far right, 1 bead goes up, bring the rest to the center. On the far left, 1 bead goes up, bring it to the center. On the far right, 1 bead goes up, bring it to the center. 1 bead goes up, not 3. I'm going to extend my clip so I can keep a better separation between the beads. Okay, this is the pattern we have so far. And you can push these up and we can tighten them up, you know, as we go. As we get further along, we can still tighten them up. Okay, we always know that it's the left goes over, then the right. If you like this video, give it a like, comment, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe. And keep watching, there is more. Left, 1 bead up. Notice how I'm holding on the center wire, folding to the center. On the right side, 1 bead up, folding to the center. 1 bead up, fold to the center. Takes a little practice to get this down. 1 bead up, folding to the center. 1 bead, 1 bead, not multiple beads, folding to the center. 1 bead, folding to the center. Holding down that center one. 1 bead, folding to the center. I just lost my clip and my beads went on the floor. That's what happened. I'm going to get my beads. Luckily, I have carpet, so they didn't roll very far. Just going to put them back on here in the order as I had them. Make sure this clip is a little more secure. And we're getting closer, so. It really does help to hold down that center wire while you're crossing over. 1 bead up, folding to the center. 1 bead up, folding to the center. I'm running out of room at the other end of my table. Okay, 1 bead up, folding to the center. I took my eyes off the beads. That's what I did. Okay, this is the top wire, so that needs to be the top wire next. And this is the top wire, and then this is the top wire. That's another way to think about it. And that's the top wire. So that's how you know where you left off, is the top wire. I don't know if I'm going to have 5 inches left over here. It's like a little snake right now. Did I tell you I've never made this before? Well, I'm telling you now, I've never made this before. I have a necklace that I've had for years that was braided like this, and that's what inspired this video. Only I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you how ugly it is. I don't know why I have it in my stash, but I do. It's really ugly. It's black plastic beads that are very cheap looking. Very, very cheap looking. And this is what it is. And it has a lot of wire exposed. And it's like a child size. It's so tiny. So that was my inspiration. And I truly am making this for the first time. But you know, first time for everything. I am down to where I'm probably not even 5 inches at the end. And I think it looks pretty good. I'm not seeing anything that's standing out to me as being wrong with it. I'm going to take these clips off. And I think I would rather have one of these clips on here. We can run our hand down through here and tighten everything up. I don't have to have exactly 5 inches here. One is at 5 inches, one is a little bit under. But I accomplished my goal of getting this braided. As to the pattern, you know, I was experimenting with how I was laying out the different strands of beads, and I see there's an awful lot of white that ended up on this side compared to the other side. And yet I followed the braided pattern. Do you see how it, let's zoom in on here. Do you see how it staggers? It's like they're at an angle, they're at a diagonal, they're diagonal to each other. And I didn't know for sure what I was going to come up with, but I didn't think I had enough of the green beads. I have more of the clear and the frosted beads. But I'm going to go with this, meaning I'm not going to worry about the color combination at this point, because the first time of everything we make is an experiment. So don't be too hard on yourself if you don't get this right away. But as I was braiding it, I found easier ways, like holding down that center strand with my finger while I was folding over. Let's see how much necklace we actually have here. I'm going to take this off of here now. Set that aside. See what we've got. We've got just about probably 13 inches of braided beads. That should work out pretty good. We're going for an 18-inch necklace, so that would put it at about 9, you know, plus we have the clasp. Oh, you know, I do want to add that one of those solid beads here like I did on the other side. Frosted, green frosted bead. So let's bring that in. I have a feeling that I'm going to be tightening this up a little bit here and there. I am going to go ahead and finish off with these. I just thought of something here. Before I do that, I think what I'm missing here, I put this green bead here, but I think what I'm missing is a crimp bead here to keep these from coming undone. I think something's crossed over incorrectly here at the end as it loosened up. I probably could have put the bead crimp in here sooner. See, I'm a little bit discombobulated here with how this is going. So I can take a few beads off and grab a crimp bead. Just going to go with a bead, not a tube. I don't know if I can get 3 wires through here. Get my flat nose pliers, and I'm going to go ahead and crimp this. Really, I'm just pressing it. Make sure that's not going anywhere. I don't want this to come unbraided. I'll need to do the same thing to the other end. And the reason I'm making this for the first time and showing it to you for the first time as I'm making it is because this is what we do, right? We try something new. We don't know how it's going to turn out. We don't know if it's going to work. And so basically, that's what I'm doing. I'm showing you trial and error, what's working and what's not working. And of course the wire is naturally exposed with this, and the beads are going to move on here a little bit. And I think a bead just shifted here. I am trying to figure out what got out of position. I am struggling here with, I know what it should look like, you know, the staggering, but I'm having a little trouble here getting it to look the way I want it to. Taking the crimp bead back off. I was able to figure out where I'd gone wrong, and now I'm adding back in those beads that I took off from the other side, the other end, you know. Took me a few minutes though. I think I'm almost done. It will just mean that there'll be less that I have to put around the neck. But your wire does shrink up as you're braiding it, meaning you're using up a lot more than what you might realize. Okay, I'm going to stop there. And I'm going to get this crimp bead on here. I've got some frayed ends to the wire, so it's fighting me just a little bit. Okay, one more strand to get through there. Got them. I've got the 3 wires through here, and my camera is telling me that it's getting low on battery. I've been, as usual, playing here for quite a while. But I think I'm happy with the spacing of things. So I think I'm going to just tighten this wire up just a little. Not too much. Just a little. And I'm going to go ahead and crimp this. Press it anyway. And do I have enough to go around the neck? Did I leave enough on both sides to go around the neck? Just barely. Just barely. So I used a few more inches of wire. While my phone was charging, I finished beading this around the neckline. I did go to a smaller size. These clear with metallic silver check glass beads are 4 O's. So these were 2 O's. These are 4 O's. You're probably more accustomed to working with 6 O's, but you know, you can't find these beads in most any bead shop, or at least on Amazon. So I do have affiliate links below the video, by the way, for my tools and things like that. Okay, so I have this where I want it. I did add a small round bead, and I added a clamshell necklace component here with a hook. Now some of these clamshells come with just a hole instead of a loop, and I wish I had those, but I don't have any. So, but I did put this on here, and I've grabbed a couple more crimp beads, not tubes. I just have to get all 3 pieces of wire through here. And I'm going to be hooking this. Well, we'll deal with this in a second here. I'm pushing this crimp bead down in here as far as I can. Guess I'm going to use my chain nose or needle nose pliers. And I'm just going to press this down and give this crimp bead a pinch. If I can get a hold of it. Giving that a pinch. Flattening it. Check it. It's not going anywhere. The fun part's going to be trimming each of these 3 wires in here. So let's see what we can do here. See if I can get these trimmed one at a time. 1 down. 2. I should have held on to that. Didn't fly too far. My tool organizer caught it, so it's not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just gently close this up, the clamshell. I'm trying to line this up a little bit, but I'm going to close up the clamshell over the crimp bead. Okay, now I want to attach this to my lobster clasp, and I'm going to use a jump ring. So I'm going to go ahead and close this up all the way. And let's open up our jump ring and attach the lobster clasp. I need one more jump ring. I have another jump ring. I have another crimp bead. I have another clamshell on this end with a hook. Let's get the crimp bead on. If I can get 2 through here, then I'll add the third one through separately. Yep, that's going to work. Just pushing this down. Remember, I have a crimp bead flattened here, so I'm not worried about things moving around too much. I've got I'm going to use my chain nose and push this bead down in and press it, check it, and trim each of these off, each of the wire ends, trimming it right down to the top of that crimp bead because we don't have a lot of room in this clamshell to hide this wire. So let's close the clamshell up. I like my flat nose for this. Close it up, give it a little pinch, being gentle. I'm going to go ahead and close this hook up, this kind of a hook, making sure it's closed as well as I can. I might give that a little pinch here. Okay, and I'm going to use a jump ring because I need something to hook the lobster clasp into. Not adding an extension chain because I am making this one for myself, not to sell, so I'm going to go with the 18 inches. Let's take a closer look at this braided necklace that challenged my brain. It did challenge my brain. Hopefully it challenges your brain too. But as I showed you as I was making it, it got a little easier. And I did get it to lay better here on the sides, and it will move around a little bit on here. I hope you give this necklace a try. As far as making earrings, I don't think I'm going to make any earrings to match. I think I'll just wear some silver earrings with it, something simple. It's very unique. It's not something you see every day, and I'm looking forward to wearing it, and I hope you look forward to making it. If you'd like to see more jewelry making videos, click here. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Vicki with Avante Jewellery, and I'll see you in the next video.